What's this? I'm out all day looking for work. You ever go out and look for work? Am I the only one that's gonna do all the work around here?
I was working. I was reading.
Reading. That can't feed you, my friend.
Wait a minute.
That'll put food in the icebox.
Wait a minute.
Ah, don't give me that wait a minute stuff.
But wait a minute. Didn't you say you were out all day working?
I was out looking for a job.
You get it?
Yes, I got that job.
Good.
I had to get a job. You don't want to work.
What you doing?
I got a job at a bakery.
Good. What you doing there?
Loafing.
Huh? What'd you say?
Loafing.
Where?
In the bakery.
You working?
Well, certainly.
Doing what?
Loafing.
Well, that's what I was doing here. I was just taking it easy.
No. Not that kind of loafing. You're just a lazy gnome.
I was just taking it easy. Just like you.
I work when I loaf.
How can you work and loaf at the same time?
Why not?
Can you do that?
That's what they pay me for.
They pay you for what?
To loaf.
How they paying you for loafing? You gotta do something.
I'm a baker, so I'm loafing there.
You just go to a bakery store and you don't do a thing? How much do they pay at the store?
$20 an hour.
For loafing?
I'm a union man. I belong to the union.
I'm loafing here and I don't get a nickel for it.
Well, you're not supposed to get any money for that kind of loafing.
Well, can I loaf there with you?
I should say not. You gotta join the union.
I got to join a union of loafers?
You can't loaf without joining the union.
Well, what do you think of that? I've got to join the union in order to loaf.
Certainly.
Don't say nothing, but I was loafing here without the union knowing it.
No, you can't loaf here. You don't have any dough.
I got no dough. That's why I'm loafing. Because I have no dough.
Oh no, if you had the dough, you could loaf. Then you go get a card and you can join the union.
You mean you have to have dough to loaf?
Oh sure. How can you loaf without dough?
Well, that's very hard. I've been trying, but you can't do it.
Someday you come down to the bakery and I'll show you how to loaf. I never told you this, but my whole family are loafers.
No kidding?
Sure. My father was a bigger loafer than me.
He was?
Yes. He was the best loafer in the family.
I think you're a better loafer than your father.
Oh, I know that now because he taught me how to loaf.
You know you're a bigger loafer than your father?
Oh, sure.
And you're a bigger loafer than me.
You're no loafer.
I'm not?
Certainly not.
And you are.
You're just a lazy good-for-nothing gnome.
How can I be lazy? You just told me I'm not a loafer. You're a loafer, not me.
Listen, I get paid to loaf. You don't.
That's what I don't understand. Working in a bakery store, getting paid $20 an hour for loafing?
That's right.
This I don't understand.
What is there to understand?
I don't understand you working and loafing and getting paid for it.
Wait a minute.
Can I get a job there?
Look, you go to the union, get a card, and then go to the bakery. They give you the dough, and you knead the dough first.
I need the dough. And how I need the dough?
You knead the dough in order to loaf.
I need the dough in order to loaf? Give me some dough, and I'll get something to eat in the joint.
You can't get any dough and...
Tell me something, Buzz.
What?
What makes a balloon go up?
Hot air.
What's holding you down?
Why, you... Howdy. Welcome to part 5, everybody.
We don't care.
There you see a Zenith tube. Isn't that a pretty box? Man, I just love these boxes here. When I was a kid and the TV repairman came and he opened up his little case full of tubes, I looked at all those and said, man, I wish I had those. And this particular tube looks like it's pretty new. As you can see, it's a Zenith. It's got this nice logo on here.
I love you. I want you.
Zenith Radio Corp, Chicago 39, Illinois. It's got the logo on each side.
Thing of beauty is a joy forever.
It's just a beautiful little box.
It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
It's got the zenith here. And on top, 1288 GT radio tube. And the thing about this tube is I've ordered tubes before, and they came in boxes, but they usually tore up and stuff. This is the first time I've got a box that's intact.
Oh, look at this. I have never seen one of these intact before.
It's got some writing here. This tube uses inventions of the United States patents licensed by Radio Corporation of America. And it's got other stuff written on there, but there's the tube. And you see how I always got these and the things are all tore up all the time. But this is how it originally was packaged. And it comes in a little thing in here. Now I tore this here. This wasn't torn when I got it. In my haste to take it out of there, I tore it up. But normally this stuff is torn out anyway. So it's the first time I've seen one with the locking mechanism in there.
Pretty darn nifty if you ask me.
Pretty neat. Let's take the tube out. As we can see, it's the original Zenith tube. And this is brand spanking new.
Looks as good as new now, eh?
We're going to try this tube in the radio. But since last week, you remember I got that shock. And I did a little investigating, not too much, but I wanted to figure out if my chassis was hot.
What, is it hot?
Or if anything was tied directly to the chassis. And we're going to find that out right now.
Well, let's find out then, shall we?
Well, let's find out.
Come on, let's find out.
I'm going to put my tube away for safekeeping. Just love how that slides in there like that. God, I love that.
Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Now, everybody knows this is a polarized plug here.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, you do now.
Now, the narrow side here is the hot side. And the one with the flared out thing here, this is the neutral. Okay, from what I've gathered and read, you're supposed to wire the hot side to the switch. Right here is where the wire is soldered, and this goes to the switch here. So let's just see that. Here we have a connection there. So I do have the hot going to the switch.
Come on, that's a bunch of horse shit.
If I move it over to the switch, you can't see it, but I'm touching the switch right here. It's going right to the switch. Now the neutral is connected over here to the other side of this cap here.
Oh, brother.
That goes there. I wanted to find out if either side of this AC was connected directly to this chassis, either by design or by mistake. So we've got it on the neutral point right now. Let's just touch the chassis. See, we don't have anything here. I can even go up to the scale.
You're dumber than a box of hair.
Up to the 200K scale. And we have no connection at all to the chassis. So somehow this is isolated from the chassis. Let's flip it over here and touch the hot side. And chassis, see? Nothing. Here's the point where it's connected to the switch. And the chassis, we have nothing here. So the shock that I got was just kind of remains a mystery.
It certainly is a mystery.
But I noticed a couple of things, and I'm not going to go very deep into this because I'm not an expert on old radios or.
You got that right.
My background is a computer tech, and digital electronics was my bag. There's things that I like to experiment with and just try to ease my own mind. Okay, you're looking at the plug where I had my radio plugged in.
It's pretty dang exciting, huh?
As everybody knows, I do not have an isolation transformer.
Come on, you. Cough up a bucket, cheap bastard.
So I wanted to check to see maybe if my wiring was, that's the house wiring, was done right. This house was made in 1975. And so I finally dug up my little thingy here, just to tell you if your wiring to the house is okay. This is made by Ideal StatGuard, and it tells you the different positions of the lights, if your polarity is reversed. But basically, if I plug this in, I should get an amber light here and a plain light here. Now, if there was a fault somewhere, this red light comes into play. I'd have to decipher it here, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But we're just going to plug this in and see what happens here. You can't see that, but I'm going to turn the light off. So we get those outside lights on. That means the wiring is correct. Let's plug it in. Alright, the radio is on. Now let's just test this again.
And away we go. Okay.
Hey, be careful! Be careful!
I reverse these wires. And I get 118 volts here. You can see that. I reverse them. What's that all about? I don't know.
I don't know, Margot.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
5 volts AC on that side. And when I do that, I can hear a hum coming from the speaker. And I get 118 volts. So anybody can tell me what that is. It's almost like it's got a polarity there, but let's put it on a DC scale.
What the hell are you doing?
That's measuring minus 2 volts. And with the polarity reversed, we got 2.1 volts. So, to me, that's a mystery. I don't know why I would do that. Once again, let's try it.
Not again.
5.3 volts. 118 volts. Now I've got my voltage coming out of the wall is 123, so this is not the full voltage from the wall. So, but I know I'm all over the place here, but I'm going to put the new tube in and I'm going to show you something that I discovered.
This looks like a job for the Scarlet Pumpernickel.
Will you get out of the way?
Take this tube out. Remember, this is the 12K8.
Yes.
Which is not the right one that was supposed to be in there. We'll take out my nice new tube.
The love of my life! The blood in my veins! We belong together!
And you see the difference on them. One's a metal tube, and others are not.
A very astute observation, sir.
So we'll stick this in here. Put it in here. Plug the radio in. Okay, the radio's plugged in.
This is a job for Stupor Duck.
I'm going to repeat this test.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
First this here, and this here. Okay, we got about 5 volts there. Reverse the leads.
What are you trying to prove?
Look at that. Before, when I had the common onto the chassis, I was getting 118. Now I get 3.3. Let's do it again.
Oh, please.
I hear a humming, like electricity.
5.5.
It's a mystery! It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma!
3.6. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is your verdict? Because I don't know.
It's obvious you don't know anything.
Okay, I've turned the radio around, and I'm going to show you what I discovered the first time I put that tube in here. And we can start by going all the way over to the low side of the dial, and we'll turn it up here. Everybody still have their ears?
Hurry it up, will you?
That's telling me that's probably the right tube in there, alright? And because I misaligned everything up here on the can to get it to work on the other tube, when you put the correct tube in there, it's going to be way off.
I don't know!
Let's just see if it picks up anything here. It usually picked up good towards the end of the dial. You got pulsating? That's from my computer.
We copy you down, Eagle. Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
As you can see, it doesn't pick up squat. So, this is hopeful. Okay, off camera, I'm going to do a quick alignment, and then we'll be back and see if we can get anything from it. And we'll see if the dial is any better, if it's going to be off again. So, we'll be right back. Well, I've got the new tube in there, and still it's off, so that was not the problem. And then I actually put the other tube in there. So I got the 2 new tubes in here. One is the oscillator, they call it an oscillator translator. I guess that's a converter. And the other tube is an IF tube. IF tube amplifier, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let me show you what I've got here. This station is 970, and you can see it's just hitting the 130. Alright, so I've been pulling my hair out on that. Well, I had to take the push button assembly out again, trying to figure out what's going on with this. And I just noticed something, but I don't know if this could be my problem.
You got a lot of problems, don't you?
This capacitor here is mighty close to this is screwed into the chassis. So this is actually the chassis ground here. And this thing is awful close. In fact, all it takes, I measured it, and just by putting the probe on this here, it makes continuity. So at this point, I'm looking at all options here.
Richard, give it up!
I'll keep looking, and I'll straighten this out, and we'll see if we can get it going again.
Oh, brother! Hi, folks. Buzz is knee-deep in radio repair, so he sent me out here to say goodnight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This is Dickel off Locket speaking.